afternoon, good evening, my beautiful souls. I have the most loveliest medium, Marta the Medium. She's such a, I mean, just talking to her, my heart just fills up with love, with happiness. And I know you guys will feel the same way. So, welcome, Marta.
Hello, Sheila. Hello, everyone. I am so grateful to be here. Thank you for inviting me to have that conversation with you. I'm very excited.
Me too, me too. I'm going to read Martha's bio here. Marta the Medium is a psychic medium, angel card reader, and spiritual teacher, mentor, and host of the Perfectly Imperfect Spiritual Podcast. Isn't that a beautiful name? Perfectly Imperfect, because no one's perfect. She is the founder of the Psychic Mediumship Academy, where she guides aspiring mediums and intuitive seekers in unlocking their gifts with confidence and clarity, whether they feel called to practice professionally or deepen their intuition for personal transformation. Marta is the creator of the Psychic Mediumship Foundation Course and the host of the transformational How to Be a Psychic Medium virtual retreat, created to support spiritual seekers in expanding their connection to the spirit world. She is also the author of a forthcoming book, How to Be a Psychic Medium, a heart led guide to opening your intuitive gifts and walking your soul's path with authenticity and trust. With a grounded, compassionate approach, Martyr delivers clear messages from departed loved ones, angels, spirit guides, and through past life readings. Her work empowers others to trust their intuition, access healing through spiritual clarity, and step fully into their spiritual calling. When she's not working with spirit, Marta is a proud mom of two who loves lifting weights, dancing, and spending time in nature. Once again, let's welcome with a heartfelt yay, Marta the Medium. Yay, Marta.
Hello, once again. Hello, and thank you so much for having me.
Oh, well, thank you for accepting. I appreciate that. Now, let me ask you, and I ask this of everybody
hmm
right now in your life, what is your proudest accomplishment or moment that you're really proud of yourself of?
Mm, I am proud of being a mom to my two beautiful children.
Mhm.
Whatever I do for them. I'm so proud. And parenting is not easy. It can be messy, it can be raw, it can be complicated. But having those two beautiful souls that chose me, that
Mhm.
I truly believe we choose our parents.
Mhm.
Well, I'm so proud that they chose me and that I keep showing up as authentic as possible. And then I keep learning. My children are my biggest teachers.
Mhm.
They challenge me, they stretch me. So that's the most proud, I think, moment. This is something that I'm grateful for every single day. But there's so many other things I'm just proud of. So I could concentrate on my business, I could concentrate on every other part of my life, but essentially it's the family relationships that matters to me the most. So yeah.
Absolutely beautiful, beautiful. I totally agree. You choose your parents. That they always say that. You choose your parents. And that the children that chooses us, we learn our lessons from them on what to do or how to behave because there is no parenting book to say, "Hey, you have to this has to go like right here and you have to do it this way." There's no parenting book at all. So I absolutely agree. Absolutely agree. So how did you discover that you were a medium?
Mm. If I was to choose one event that brought that awareness to the fact that I've always been a psychic medium, I
Mhm.
would say that it was during the divorce. I left an abusive marriage,
Mm-hmm.
And I talk about it openly that I remember I was getting ready for one of the court cases, and I started hearing clearly my grandmother in spirit speaking to me.
Mm-hmm.
And back then, and I remember on that particular day, I felt very depressed, very low, because it was a lengthy process, 4 years, over 4 years, through
Oh,
different
wow.
court cases. Um, and I knew it was her. I just had that inner knowing, and straight away I developed a very strong relationship with my spirit guides, and I asked them to bring me the right teachers so that
Mm-hmm.
I could harness that ability, so that I could learn what to do with that. And then when the right teachers appeared, then I realized that I've always been a psychic medium, and everything that happened since I was a young girl, 4, 5
Mm-hmm.
years old, like it made sense. And oh, okay, I've always been a psychic medium. I could see spirit, I talked to spirit, I sensed other people's emotions. So yes.
Did you find it difficult? Did you not understand what was going on, or were you always comfortable with it?
I wasn't comfortable when I was 4 or around 4 or 5 years old, because uh, I talk about it openly as well. I remember I would get visitations from my great grandmother in spirit, and I would be petrified. I had actually no idea who that person was.
Mm-hmm.
And it was dismissed when I shared that information with my parents and people around me, because my family didn't believe, or they basically told me that those were nightmares. But I had that knowing that it was real, and I would cover myself with duvet. I didn't want to move on, because that woman would be every night by my bedside. And then
Mm-hmm.
I realized as I was growing up, then I had various conversations with my grandparents, with my parents, that my great grandmother, she died in the attic of that building. And I would be getting, well, they weren't dreams, but episodes where I would
Mm-hmm.
feel her pulling my soul out of my body and taking me to the attic, and I would be petrified. And I know she just wanted to pass some messages, bring some closure.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not scared anymore. But of course, there were so many moments where I didn't know what was happening to me. And because I didn't have that awareness, I was scared. And now I'm not.
Yes. 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 When was the first time that you said, I'm Marta. I am a medium? When was that? When was that awakening in you? That's like, you know what? I am. I am a spiritual psychic. I am a medium. I
Mm-hmm.
am. When was that awakening?
And it was a gradual process. So
Mm-hmm.
from that moment when my grandmother started communicating with me, it took some years for me to trust
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
that what I was experiencing was real. Because I have a very developed analytical mind, and this was all new. So it took
Mm-hmm.
some years for me to really have inner dialogue, and really prove to myself that I was not making things up. But it was a matter of couple of years when I started delivering messages to friends,
Mm-hmm.
to their friends, and then like it started through word of mouth, that people started recommending me. And every time when I was initially still hesitating, and I would be considering whether I should do it full time or not, on that particular day, every time I would receive a message, email from my clients, how my reading helped them, how I helped them to get the closure. And I would be like crying from happiness and joy that I helped someone. And
Mm-hmm.
through those validations, I realized I tapped into my true self. I realized
Mm-hmm.
that nothing has ever ignited my soul more than being a medium, being me. And being a medium, it is an integral part of who I am. It's
Mm-hmm.
not separate. So yes, it's been a process.
Oh my. So When you got those messages, because your soul was talking to you, it led you down this path saying this is what you're supposed to do.
Mm.
Did you like hesitate at first or just said yes? In other words, were you truly confident that this is what you should actually be doing, or were you like on the fence a little bit?
hmm I knew that this was something that I was supposed to be doing, yet my logical mind, my ego, tried to do every single thing. It played tricks on me and tried to really interrupt my readings
Mm-hmm.
because it didn't feel safe. And it took me years of negotiations with my ego to let my ego know that it was safe because this was all new. This was
Mm-hmm.
completely out of my comfort zone. So I basically spoke with my ego as if it was a small child. And when I
Mm-hmm.
would start doing readings, I would tell it, okay, you have to be quiet now because I'm going to do it whether you want it or not. So we can
Mm-hmm.
watch a movie, we can go for a walk, we can have a treat so you're not interrupting because I'm
Mm-hmm.
doing it. And
Oh,
right
wow.
now, it doesn't interrupt me because there was that moment when I realized, it's not even realized, I got that message from my ego that asked me, are you really sure you want to do it? And I said, yes. Will I be safe? And I said, yes. Okay, then I'm not going to interrupt you.
Oh, wow. Now, see, that's a lesson learned for me, to talk to your ego, especially when you're meditating. Like, hey, you need to sit over here. I'll be with you as soon as I'm done, and then I'll
Mm-hmm.
give you a treat. That is a good way of looking at it. Thank you for that. Thank you for that nugget. Nugget. Ding ding ding. There's a nugget for you. So how does the spirits or your spirit guides, how do they come to you? Like, do they come to you while you're dreaming, like for you to give messages to somebody, or do you just get like a fruition or something? How does that work?
So my own team of spirit guides, angels, departed loved ones, they communicate with me all the time because I have
Mm-hmm.
different boundaries for my spirit team and then for loved ones and spirit team of other people. So my
Mm-hmm.
spirit guides that they talk to me all the time, I hear them. I'm very clairaudient, so I do hear it in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Spirit uses all possible clairs to communicate with me, and those have shifted, developed, and changed throughout the years. But I see a lot in my third eye.
Mm-hmm.
When I started developing, I would see my grandparents, I would see various people's loved ones in 3D. Externally, and it was completely out of my comfort zone. And I set that boundary with the spirit world like, look, I do not want to see anyone's loved ones, spirit guides, angels when I'm not doing the readings in the
Mm-hmm.
middle of the night in my corridor. I do not want anyone to be poking me, touching me. No. So they basically listened because they knew that if they didn't listen, I wouldn't continue passing messages.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm able now to see internally with my third eye. So that's clairvoyance. Then clairaudience, I hear it, and normally it's internal.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes when I don't pay attention to my spirit guides, I might be on my own and I hear externally, Marta. So they're just like calling me. They're like, come on, you're not listening. Uh, and then, of course, I love to talk about clair gustance and clairalience because I sometimes smell and feel, taste
Mm-hmm.
food and then I have claircognizance where I just like know, and then there's clairsentience because I feel people's emotions and loved ones and how they passed. So it depends on if I'm talking about a specific loved one, a person on the other side, they everyone's got different personalities and they're going to use various different clairs in terms of how they want to communicate through me. So
Mm-hmm.
it
Mm-hmm.
changes. So I always get excited because I never know how they are going to communicate. So it's a blend of various ways.
What was the most unique way that a spirit came to you to deliver a message that you were like, wow, that was different?
I think anything that's to do with my own loved ones has been the most unique, because it's unique to me and it's special. I wouldn't be able to choose, because every single person that I communicated with from the spirit world has been delivering special messages.
Right.
There's been always, so I wouldn't be able to choose, but the fact that I was able to hear so clearly my grandmother, that was a shock initially.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that I remember when my son was small, I walked through the spirit of my grandfather, and I got so scared because
Mm-hmm.
I walked through the spirit, and it almost felt, imagine an airplane going through the turbulences. It was like
Mm-hmm.
going through a jelly, and I didn't expect it. And I got scared, but he also got scared, and he said, like, it was the middle of the night. I was just checking that Anthony was okay. So like I was there, like, don't blame me. And I'm like, do not do it ever again. And my grandfather, he's got a sense of humor. And on the other side as well, so he would be teasing me initially. This was when I would still see them externally. So they would
Mm-hmm.
be sitting with my grandmother in the kitchen, and they would say, do not switch on the light unless you want to see us. And I'm like, that's my kitchen. That's not fair. So they were bringing that sense of humor for me to really relax and trust that there was nothing to be scared of. And why should you be scared of your own loved ones?
Right, right. Do you have a history or ancestral history of psychic mediums in your family that you know of?
I started communicating with my paternal grandmother, the one who's on the other side, and
Mm-hmm.
she told me that she was able to read some tea leaves. And then my maternal grandmother, she's still here on earth. Of course,
Mm-hmm.
if you were to ask her, she would say, no, I'm not a psychic medium. She is such a psychic medium. My mom's on the other side, and my grandmother gets visitations in dreams from her. When her own mother crossed over, she was woken up by my great grandmother, and she channeled various poems. And
Mm-hmm.
she talks about it openly, that like, oh yeah, my mom like woke me up, and then like she told me to write those things. My grandmother would always knew when things would happen. So yes, it does run, but no one would admit it. They are not
Right.
aware of it.
I hear you. It's like accepted, but you have to remember the stigma that came along with that way back when. It's opening up much more now than what it was a long time ago. So
Mm.
that's a probably a big factor too. You know, we you burn at the stakes at that particular time back way back when. So tell us about your um, classes and your retreat or your, yes.
Mm. Okay, so let's start with the Psychic Mediumship maybe Foundation course that I'm
Okay.
so passionate about, because spirit really, it's not only spirit, but also my students, they really wanted me to create that course. And then I had no other choice. Well, we always have a choice, but I'm like,
Right.
okay, I'm doing it. So the idea behind it is that I run lots of development classes. I do one-on-one mentorship, and I wanted to create a foundation course for anyone to be able to get all of the basics, everything that I feel that you should know when communicating with the other side, whether you want to work professionally as a medium, psychic, healer, or whether you want to develop those abilities for your own purpose.
Mm-hmm.
So that course has various materials that are pre-recorded, and there are many components where we practice. Uh, and basically, that saves me essentially time to repeat myself
Mm-hmm.
when I concentrate on other classes, but also it gives my students an access to everything they need so they can revisit it whenever they need. And I'm talking here about protecting your energy, getting to know yourself, getting to know your own abilities and gifts, learning how to communicate with your angels, spirit guides, loved ones. And it's spirit led, so every round is different, and I
Mm-hmm.
adjusted it depends on who is part of that course. And right now, what I've started doing with my mentorship students, they are able to join that course as well, and then they get unlimited access to me via Voxer or Messenger, which means that they are able to do that course at their own pace whenever they want.
Mm-hmm.
Then I pair my students and they are able to basically coordinate their calendars and do the work. And then I'm always there. Of course, there's a time difference, but yeah, I get back. And then I'm able to motivate, I'm able to help them navigate through anything that keeps coming. And then I show up on Wednesdays at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard, which is 3 p.m. in the UK, for question and answer sessions. So anyone can come and they can ask me anything. And if they can't really make it, which is voluntary anyway, they
Mm-hmm.
can send me questions well in advance, and I still basically reply to the and talk about anything that they would like me to cover, and then it is all available on a replay. So there is that
Wow.
support that I wish I had when I started developing.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so that's why I created that course.
How did you develop your skill?
How the
Mm-hmm.
with the help of the spirit team and with the help of the right mentors and teachers. So from
Mm-hmm.
the beginning, I was very honest with my spirit team that, and I asked them to bring me the right teachers, the
Mm-hmm.
ones who are going to allow me to do it with integrity, the ones who are going to teach me how to protect my energy.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been always spirit world they've been always guiding me to various development classes, to various teachers, and I love to learn from various people. I truly believe that it's the best thing to do, to use our discernment, to cherry pick what is it that we like, what is it that we
Mm-hmm.
don't, and then
Mm-hmm.
create our own toolkit
Mm-hmm.
in terms of how we want to work with the spirit world. So it's the spirit world that guides me, and also they develop me. So whenever I would sit in various development circles, I would always set an intention. Okay, spirit, I want to be of service, but also please develop me the way you want me to develop at this particular time. So it's about surrendering and
Mm-hmm.
trusting that whatever is happening in terms of your abilities, in terms of how you communicate with the spirit world, is just the way it is supposed to be right now.
Oh yeah. Just moving yourself out of the way and just letting it flow. That's what I got from that.
Yes,
You're just moving yourself out of the way and you're just letting it flow. Like you said, trusting. That's a
absolutely.
big part is trusting. Trusting. Oh,
Mm.
so beautifully said. So beautifully said, Marta. Yes. So tell us more about your course and who can join it, and how do they know that they does well, let's back up. Does everybody or everyone possess some type of psychic ability?
Yes, anyone, everyone is psychic. Not everyone is a medium. Not everyone
Mm-hmm.
is going to be able to communicate with other people's loved ones in spirit.
Mm-hmm.
However, I believe and I know that each and every one of us is able to communicate with our own loved ones. And I've had students who really wanted to develop that ability in order to communicate with their own loved ones, because
Mm-hmm.
we do have that energetic cord from heart to heart. Energy never dies, love never dies. It just energy just changes form, and our loved ones are not in a physical form here, but they're by our side, by side.
Mm-hmm.
So I truly believe that what I offer in this course is beneficial to anyone who's ready and willing
Mhm.
to deepen that awareness of the other side. And
Mhm.
it's about listening to your intuition. Like if your intuition, your body's telling you, oh, this might be something I want to explore, then I would
Mhm.
encourage people to get curious, and anyone can DM me, they can email me. There's a link about the course in my bio, but the best thing is to speak with me, and then I can tell you whether I feel you're an energetic match right now, because I want to make sure that I am going to be able to support you the best I can, and also that you are ready to do the work.
Mhm.
And then I also have other offerings, so I can also guide you, and I can also share with you other ways of how we could potentially work together. And then, of course, I have so much free content on my Instagram, and I'm so grateful to so many of my clients who in the past they completely were not on social media, but they created their accounts just to join my lives, just to read my posts. So you can learn so much for free there. This is a way of me giving back to the community, but I also love that energy. And it's something that my spirit team, my spirit guides really wanted me to do. And that's why I created that How to Be a Psychic Medium virtual retreat
Mhm.
uh, that happened a couple of weeks ago. And uh, it the idea came during my mentorship with Goddess Aviola. Hello,
Mhm.
Taviola Abrams. Things. And my spirit guides were very, very vocal, and they really wanted me to organize that event.
Mhm.
So that was a beautiful experience, and I know my spirit team told me that they would like that retreat to happen a couple of times a year, which will give me an opportunity, first of all, to meet so many beautiful people who operate with their heart space, because this was
Mhm.
my intention, that whoever I invited to speak during the retreat was to be a kind person, was to be a very, very well, a person who really cares about other people and cares
Mhm.
about uh, how they treat other people. But also, I can learn from every single person, because we never stop learning.
That's
We
right.
teach, but we also learn. But also the fact that I am able then to enable other people to access for free so many beautiful lectures,
Mhm.
it just fills my heart. So I'm really looking forward to be able to run so many more events. And then, of course, I offer various like upgrades where people are able to get more support from me, and they can pay in order to be more supported, which is part and extension of my business. But the idea is that it's a free event, and there are ways. And everyone's got a free will and choice to do whatever they want to do. So yes.
Yeah, that is fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. I mean, you go, girl. You got a lot going on there, and you're a mom. You
I
have a
am.
lot, but time waits for no one. And obviously, your time management and that condense, you know how they say time can slow down so you could get everything done that you need to get done
Mm-hmm.
because that's what your purpose is. I believe that's happening to you. So you have all that time, but you're very well versed in your time. And that's a beautiful
Mm-hmm.
thing. Beautiful thing.
Thank you.
So you also have a forthcoming book also. So tell us about that.
I do. So I can't really tell. Well, you stay tuned in terms of when it's going to happen.
Okay.
But again, it's been my angels that have been pushing me to finish that book.
Mhm.
And it happened over, let's say, maybe a year and a half ago or 2 years ago. And I was having that conversation with my angels, and back then I remember I had a very old laptop, and I told them there's no way I can afford financially, I cannot prioritize a new laptop right now, I have other expenses. But I told my angels, if you get me a new laptop, then I can start writing a book. And
Right?
believe it or not, a friend of mine back then, they gifted me a new laptop because they basically connected with my mother in the spirit world, and this was a gift from my mother in spirit. And then
Oh,
my angels
wow.
told me, you see, you have a laptop, now you have to start writing. So
Uh-huh.
I started writing, but then I've never finished because I
Mm-hmm.
would concentrate on other ideas. And then a couple of months ago, one of my other mentors and a couple of friends independently, they contacted me. So what about this book? And they had no idea about the book. When are you going to finish the book? And I'm like, okay, okay, I am doing it. So it's about committing yourself. And I'm like, okay, I'm sitting, I'm doing it, and then I can move on to another project. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so the book is now being in the process of being proofread, and yeah, I can't wait to have it published, but I'll keep everyone up to date. But it's going to be a very practical book in terms of um, teaching and explaining to anyone how they can develop that relationship with their loved ones, angels, guides, basically practical tips, things that worked for me, so that
Mm-hmm.
everyone can choose what works for them. And also there's some personal stories there as well. So I'm very excited about that project.
Oh, fabulous. Have you heard of automatic writing or intuitive writing? Did that
Yes.
happen to you while you were writing the book?
Yes, whenever I would write, I would get in that zone,
Mm-hmm.
and then I would be channeling. Yes, yes, yes. So,
Yeah.
and I love it. It's the best way of co-creating with the spirit world.
Mm-hmm. That's what I hear. I have been trying to do the automatic writing to have spirit come through me, but
Mm-hmm,
I find my ego, I have to write something. How do you know that's really what you're supposed to write? You know what I mean? So
mm-hmm,
again, I'm trying to move my own self out of the way just so I can journal or be in
mm-hmm.
contact, trying to go right here as far as listening.
Mm,
My third eye is pretty much open, but right here, I need to channel up. That's what I'm trying to do, to
mm,
listen. To listen, because they have definitely given me messages. So I need to learn how to listen a whole lot better than what I'm
mm-hmm.
doing.
And I love that you have that awareness, because
Mhm.
that's the first step, to be aware what you feel like you would like to work on. And then you can ask, of course, I'm sure
Mhm.
you know it, your spirit team to help you facilitate. And I used to do lots of automatic writing as well in the garden. Right now, the spirit world talks so quickly, and I'm like, okay, let's talk. Let's talk.
Mhm. Mhm.
But automatic writing is beautiful, and it can be a proof to your logical mind
Mhm.
that it is all real. Because with time, if you keep all of those diaries, and I do have so many diaries
Mhm.
uh, in my room over there, like you can see that your handwriting changes. You can realize when various loved ones speak with you, when various angels or spirit guides, and that there are some patterns. And also
Mhm.
when you start channeling some messages for yourself, and you realize this actually happened, it was a very valid advice. Oh, thank you. Like, oh yes. So then you encourage yourself, okay, it's real. Like, yeah, I'd
Mhm.
better dedicate that time and do more of it. It's fun.
Yeah, that's right there. That excitement that you just had when when you just were speaking,
Hmm.
that's what I envision. Like I don't want to say show me because they have shown me plenty, but I want to be
Hmm.
more present, I guess, more here, aligned. I'm not crooked, but I could do a
Hmm.
lot better.
Hmm.
I could do a lot better. Well, Miss Ma'am, is there anything that you would like to say to our audience out there for them to contact you? I know they will, so it's all yours. What you got?
Mm. Well, one message that keeps coming is that I would love anyone to know that you can all communicate with your loved ones on the other side. They hear you, they feel you, they are by your side. You're not making those things up. So if you have been feeling the presence of your parents, grandparents, if you've been getting signs and symbols, know that it is all real. Know that you're not making those things up. This
Mhm.
is one thing. The other thing for anyone who's stepping into their power and purpose as a light worker, know that it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to learn. Just go for it. Don't overcomplicate things. Just do it. Whenever your
Mhm.
intuition tells you, whenever you feel like, oh, I should go out of my comfort zone, I should write a book, I should create, just go for it. And you're going to learn for yourself and check whether it's something that you would like to do more of or not.
Mhm.
And then finally, have fun, experience joy and happiness, because it's the most important thing that we can experience here, along with love on earth. And the spirit world, they want to see us happy. The communication with the spirit guides, angels, it is magical. And then communicating with your loved ones, it is beautiful as well. And know that you can grieve the loss of your loved ones, but at the same time be happy. You do not have to choose, and your loved ones, they want you to live your life to the fullest. And with the support of the spirit team, spirit guides, angels, it becomes more possible because you realize you're never on your own. You always got those invisible, well, energies that really have your back. So I want everyone to know that. Uh, and Yes, I would love to be able to communicate with you. Come and say hello. I'm on Instagram at Marta The Medium, and you've got all of the links there, but website
Mhm.
martathemedium.com, where you can learn about all offerings, type of readings that I do. Come and hang around and let's have some fun and let's raise the vibration. And yes, I think that's everything. And my podcast as well, because there's so many beautiful guests there as well. So my YouTube channel, Marta The Medium, if it feels in alignment, check this one as well. Thank you,
Mhm.
Sheila, so much for
Thank
giving me that
you.
space.
Thank you. I told you guys that she's so lovely. Just so I can't even think of the word. Just so like just so even and peaceful and oh man, you're a beautiful soul, Miss Ma'am. Very beautiful soul. Want you to know that. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you very much for coming on the podcast, on the YouTube channel. I really, really do appreciate it. I wish you all the success in the world because the world is yours. I appreciate that. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. And I want you to know that you know that we keep mirroring at each other. So I want you to remember that you are a beautiful soul. Two,
Oh,
you are going to places, and I always choose with whom I want to have conversations in terms of the online world. And I absolutely love your energy. That's why I said yes. I want you to
oh.
know that. And again, thank you for that opportunity to speak with you. And I know we're in touch. And I want to say thank you to all of your beautiful, well, viewers, listeners. I really
Mhm.
appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, ladies and gents, this is the end, but it's not the end. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. Um, hey, check out Marta the Medium. You won't regret it. Well, everyone, bye for now.
Goodbye.